Welcome back to our epic road trip adventure. In this episode, we are journeying through the stunning state of Colorado with stops you don't want to miss. Let's dive in with a sneak peek of what's ahead, starting with a delicious lunch in Vail, cruising into Glenwood Springs, and unwinding at the beautiful Iron Mountain Hot Springs. This morning, we got up early and left our hotel in Estes Park, Colorado to head over to Glenwood Springs. I really enjoyed taking some of these back roads through Colorado to places that I have never been before, like this quaint little town. Eventually, we left these small towns and got back on I-70 and drove through one of Colorado's really interesting landmarks called Eisenhower Tunnel. It opened in 1973 and is the highest vehicle tunnel in the world at an elevation of over 11,000 feet. It cuts through the Continental Divide and is a marvel of engineering. Well, we checked out of our hotel and drove the 2.5 hours to Vail, and we stopped at Lionhead Village. We haven't really done much research, but we thought it would be a nice, pretty place to check out. I know there's shops and restaurants, and I went here when I was in high school, like in 10th grade, and we went on a ski trip for a band, so I'm excited to see it again. It's really beautiful here. We made our way through Vail Village trying to find something really good for lunch and that was also affordable since this place can be very pricey. We stumbled upon the Alpine Rose, which is a delightful spot that brings a touch of European Alps right into the heart of Colorado. Located in the scenic Vail Village, this charming restaurant offers an authentic German and Swiss dining experience. The interior of Alpine Rose is super cozy and inviting, and is designed to transport you straight into the Swiss Alps with the wooden beams and rustic furniture, warm lighting. Everything creates such a welcoming and comforting atmosphere. The walls are adorned with alpine-themed decorations, adding to the feeling that you've stepped into a mountain chalet. Along with the atmosphere, we were not disappointed by the food. Everything was so delicious. The girls got some fondue choices, and Caleb went with the traditional spätzle, while I went with this delicious potato soup with sausages in it. Everything was so warm and comforting, and we were so happy when we left the restaurant nice and full. After our satisfying meal, we decided to stroll around Vail Village, and I was trying to reminisce about the places I had been before, but everything looked so different. After a quick lunch in Vail Village, we are headed back on the bus to our vehicle, and we have about an hour's drive left to get to Glenwood Springs before we check in. We have lots of fun stuff planned for that town, so we're really excited about getting there. Although Vail Village is very beautiful and really nice during the summer months, most of the stores were very expensive and very out of our price range for any type of shopping. So we just wandered around and window shopped until it was time to get back on the free transportation. The great thing is that they have free transportation on the buses, and during the weekdays or during the daytime they have free parking as well in the garages, so completely free to stop and do the pedestrian areas in the summertime here in Vail. After finally arriving in Glenwood Springs, our home for the next couple of nights is the Best Western. This is probably one of the nicest of the motels that we have ever stayed at, and especially on this trip. We splurged a little bit more for this place, but it was well worth it. The pool area was fantastic. It had some indoor sections and outdoor sections that the girls had a great time at before we headed to bed that evening. The next morning, the complimentary breakfast was a pleasant surprise. We were definitely impressed with the quality and variety. After fueling up, we decided to explore a bit of history with visit to Doc Holliday's grave. The hike up to the cemetery was quite the workout, steep and challenging, but the views were well worth it. It's a beautiful and serene spot, though I'd recommend it only if you're up for a bit of a climb. A little bit under a half a mile up From the parking area, you can hike up the hill to see Doc Holliday's grave site. This is actually the Pioneer Cemetery, but for those that know history or the movie Tombstone, you can actually see where Doc Holliday was buried. So before we went on our trip, we decided to show the girls the movie Tombstone, which is a little more rough than I remember. So we were like, anyways, it's still a good movie in my opinion, and the girls enjoyed the funny parts of it as well as the history, so they know now who it is. Later, we spent some time wandering through the shops and soaking up the beautiful charm of Glenwood Springs before it was time to head over to the Golden Bar Sheep Ranch for a horseback riding adventure. Headed on a horseback riding adventure at Bear Ranch, and it's going to be about 1 hour on the horses, doing a little bit of a trail ride. So we're gonna go and check it out and have a ton of fun, I'm sure, because these kids love their horses. We booked a private family ride for all 5 of us, and it was an unforgettable adventure. The ranch is just outside of town, and riding through the beautiful landscape was so peaceful. We really enjoyed getting to know each of our horses. Each one had its own personality, and the whole experience lasted about an hour, making it just the right length for our family. We almost wished that we could have stayed longer, but alas, it was time to go because this is an actual working ranch. The ranch hands were very welcoming and showed us all of the places around the ranch and some interesting facts about it as well, along with history, but it was time for them to get back to work when it was our time to go. We had a little time to kill after our horseback riding adventure before we headed to the hot springs, so we decided to take a gondola ride up to the adventure park at the top of the mountain. This is actually a free gondola ride because they usually expect you to be entering the park, but we decided to just turn around and head back down in order to see some amazing views of the entire town and the mountainside. So before our hot spring adventures, we decided to take the gondola ride, and it's apparently free. You can ride the gondola up and then back down again. We went ahead and went to the tickets as if we were booking the Caverns tour, and instead of booking the Caverns tour, I just added the gondola on there instead. So we were able to get the gondola ride in this amazing view going up the mountain. Our next stop in Glenwood Springs was a real treat, Iron Mountain Hot Springs. This place is famous for its natural heated mineral waters, and it's the perfect spot to relax and soak in the beauty of the Colorado Rockies. We decided to go all in and paid for the entire family to experience the hot springs, but we also opted for the additional adults-only section, which features pools inspired by famous hot springs from around the world. While it was an extra cost on top of the entrance fee, we thought it was totally worth it for its unique experience. Iron Mountain Hot Springs has a rich history. The mineral-rich waters have been attracting visitors for centuries, long before the current facility was built. Native American tribes originally used the springs for their healing properties, and in the late 19th century, the area became a popular destination for tourists seeking the therapeutic benefits of the waters. Today, the facility offers 16 different soaking pools, each filled with natural mineral water heated by the earth. The temperatures vary from pool to pool, ranging from a soothing 98 degrees to a very steamy 108 degrees, allowing you to find the perfect spot to unwind. One of the highlights of our visit was exploring the adults-only section, where each pool is inspired by the famous hot springs from around the world. We got to experience the warm, mineral-rich waters reminiscent of Japan's Kusatsu Onsen, the soothing serenity of Iceland's Blue Lagoon, the healing properties of Turkey's Pamukkale, and the therapeutic waters of Costa Rica's Tabacion. Each pool offered a unique ambiance and experience, making it feel like we were traveling the globe through these incredible springs. We spent a good 4 hours here exploring all the different temperatures and relaxing in the stunning outdoor setting. The views of the Colorado River and surrounding mountains made it feel like we were in a secluded paradise. We also enjoyed dinner and some drinks while we were there, making it a full evening of relaxation. The on-site restaurant offers a variety of options, and there's nothing quite like enjoying a meal while soaking in warm mineral waters. You're even able to order the food and drinks off of your phone on their app. As an additional little treat, I purchased a cozy little robe for myself for only $15 from the gift shop, which was perfect for wandering around the grounds because it was quite chilly that evening. It was a small investment, but it made the experience even more enjoyable. One of the best parts was the cold plunge, especially getting to watch Caleb get in and suffer for a little bit. He stayed in for a full 5 minutes while I only made it about 30 seconds before I had had enough. This unique experience is amazing, and I definitely recommend it for any family that wants to combine history and relaxation and a little bit of luxury. We left feeling completely rejuvenated and ready for the next part of our trip. Here's a sneak peek at what's coming in our last of our vlog series of this incredible road trip, where we head down to Manitou Springs and stop at Colorado Springs to check out some of the breweries before staying the night and exploring Garden of the Gods. We stay the night at the Buffalo Lodge Bicycle Resort, and on our way back to Texas, we hit our 4th national park, the Great Sand Dunes, where we explore for a little bit before driving all the way back home to Lubbock. Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and the notification bell if you'd like to see more of our videos. Stay adventurous!